What's up, everybody? Brian Tong here, and I just got back from Samsung Unpacked, but I'm blown away. I haven't felt this way in a long time after tech event of just being so excited. And you know what I'm talking about? We're talking about the Galaxy Z Flip. This is an amazing piece of hardware. This is an amazing product. And yes, we saw all the leaks, but it makes a difference when you actually hold it in hand and you get to use it. And I was excited already, even with all the leaks, but this is Samsung's first foldable glass display. So this is not a plastic display. The Galaxy Z Flip features what they're calling it an Infinity Flex display. It's using Samsung's own proprietary bendable ultra thin glass. And when you flip it out, if you were holding it just on your own, no one would be able to tell you have a phone that folds in half. And then that hinge, oh my gosh, that hinge itself, it is super sturdy. It has a lot of tension. I didn't hear any creaks or pops. It didn't feel cheap at all. They call it their own hideaway hinge, so it's a dual cam mechanism. But this is elegant. This phone, when you grab it, when you touch it, it's classy. And the Z Flip itself, it can stay open at a range of angles. So it's not just one or the other. You can pretty much have it set however you want. This hinge itself has these like nylon fibers that sweep away or kind of repel dirt and dust as it moves. So the thing that I was always anticipating is that they've really learned a lot from the whole Samsung Galaxy Fold experience. Yeah, they had hiccups, they had problems, but all that knowledge and all that they took from that device can clearly be seen in how they took this to the next level for the Z Flip. And again, this is an exciting phone. The hinge just feels really industrial and smooth. I think if there was one thing I might complain about, but I'm not because it's a first generation product, is eventually the actual phone will be thinner. But the fact that this foldable glass, you don't see, at least in the lighting that we had, you don't see any major creasing. You don't hear any major creaking or pops from what we could tell. I love this device. It fits in your pocket, is amazing. Yeah, it is gonna get a lot of fingerprint smudges. They have this really kind of glossy, shiny finish on it, but so what? I had to go straight to the gold edition. This is the color that they said, oh, we won't have this everywhere. It'll be in limited quantities. So yeah, I had to go with the gold for my hands on. Now, the other thing that the Galaxy Zip Fold does is not only can it stay open at multiple angles, you can, if you want to use it kind of like, you can rest it. So you can sit it at a 90-degree angle. It knows this, and when you kind of have it halfway bent, the screens then turn into two basically 4-inch style screens. The actual diagonal, the full screen when it's flipped out is 6.7 inches, but this allows you to kind of view images and content when it's sitting down in that 90-degree way, and then the controls are going to be on the bottom half, so you can kind of kick back and watch content on it, but you can also use it to take selfie photos, right? Just kind of rest the phone on itself. Now, the other cool thing about this Z Flip is that the cameras. Now, yes, it has a camera, a punch hole at the top, but it also has a camera on the outside. So when the Z Flip is completely closed, you have this little window that you can, see the time when you tap on it. You can swipe it to use other controls. Maybe it's for listening to music, but on the physical buttons up on the right side of the phone itself, on the Z Flip, if I double tap it, it turns on the camera. Now from there, that little window, I just tap it once and it goes from wide angle to ultra wide angle. And then you can hit the volume rocker on the top and it takes a photo. So that little mini display not only gives you notifications and time for some of the functions you use, it also allows you to use it as a little mini screen to take photos while the Z Flip is closed. It's crazy. Now the Z Flip is going to be available in 3 colors: mirror purple, mirror black, and then the limited gold version, which is, I just had to run and basically find a spot to shoot as much footage as I could. It was a zoo there, you got to understand. But it's going to be available on February the 14th. It'll be priced online for $1,380. And nothing says I love you like a Galaxy Z Flip on Valentine's Day on 2020. But my big takeaway is there's only been a few moments where I picked up a device and instantly fell in love with it. I would say the very first iPhone was one of those devices. I would say the very first iPad was one of those devices. And I can confidently say that the Galaxy Z Flip is another one of those devices. You can see just how much they've learned from everything that they've gone through with the Fold. The price, it's not something that is in my price range. It's expensive. It's $1,380. But again, I've talked about this. I'm not going to tell someone how much they value something. If it's worth 1380 to someone, it's worth it. And the fact of the matter is that the technology in this device doesn't exist anywhere else. And that makes it special. I just love how they really truly push the innovation here. You can see this is a well thought out product, design wise, UI wise. It is amazing. And to me, this is the best phone in 2020. It's the most innovation behind it. It is exciting. And, it's going to be really hard to top what this phone kind of means and does and signals for the mobile industry in the future. But we've seen what other foldable phones have done. This is the one to get in. I'm just in love with this Galaxy Z Flip. So there you have it. My first impressions, hands-on with the Galaxy Z Flip. And this is a special, special phone.